Guys, what's cracking? J Picasso here, yo. What's going on, peeps? J Picasso here. No. Yo, what up? JP. J Pizzle, y'all. What up, dog? What up, gangster? What up, man? Oh. What up, dog? JP here, y'all. I'm the man. No, not gonna work. What's up, guys? JP. Okay, what's up, guys? For those of you that have asked me to create this video, it's for you. For those of you that haven't but are watching it anyway, welcome to the show. Today's exercise really is about just kind of exposing a lot of the electronic house music that we hear in today's music market, whether it be radio, nightclubs, whatever. So-called R&B artists, Usher, Akon, Rihanna, whatever, are just filling out albums with this stuff. And I really just want to expose to you guys how easy it is to make and how generic. The purpose of today's exercise is to create Usher's next #1 single. Okay, and we're going to do that using very, very little. As I'm sure you've noticed about a lot of Usher's music, it doesn't involve a lot these days. Used to, some quality stuff used to, but now it's really straightforward and it's being consumed by everybody. So what we're going to do is we're literally just going to throw down some stuff and kind of piece together an Usher track, and yeah, you guys are going to see. Okay, so first things first, this is the Logic arrangement page. This is where everything's created. I've just created a new session. As you can see, there are no sounds on there at the moment, but I've made 5 different software instruments, which is just another way of saying MIDI, basically. So what we're going to do, just to get into it really quickly, is we're going to select our sounds. We're only going to use about 4 or 5 for this song. Again, that's how simply these things are made. I'm going to use a standard synth here, which you can hear. You can't see the keyboard, but you can hear the sound. So now we've got our sound. So just so you guys can hear what I've just played on its own, this is what it sounds like. Obviously put it together with the first synth and you have... Alright, so we have our bass patch. We have our bass sound. Just going to throw it down real quickly. Real simple pattern, real straightforward. Common in all house electro sounding stuff. Here we go. Okay, alright, cool. So we've got our bass sounds in there now. We're just going to add some snare flavors. That'll do nicely. Yeah, just gonna throw that on top real quick, real easy, and see what comes out. Yeah, that's cool. Couple of timing issues, but nothing we can't sort out. Alright, so I'm going to quantize all of that stuff, just get the stuff together, then I'm going to throw down a bass, and then all of that
Okay,
stuff,
cool. So we're back
together,
in Logic's arrangement page. In front of us we have all the instruments that we generated earlier. And just quickly I'm going to show you what they are individually. So we've got the first synth we added. On top of that we add the second synth. And then of course we had the bass drum, along with the snare drum on top of that. Yeah, so it's pretty straightforward at the moment. It's formulating nicely, but we're not quite finished. What I'm quickly going to do is I'm just going to color the drums in red and color the synths in yellow. This is simply just so I can differentiate between the two. Okay, so we're now going to add a bass onto this, just to make it, just to fill the sound spectrum. The bass patch I'm going to use is called... just a side note, anyone that is used to making music, don't get it twisted now. More often than not, we'll use a live bass player, but, you know, for the sake of showing you guys how this electronic stuff is actually formulated, we got to keep it real, right? I'm going to use this patch called synth bass, and we're going to use this particular bass here called Big and Clicky. Now, Big and Clicky is standard in a lot of house music. This is kind of the sound that you'll get. Yeah, it's those kind of patterns, that kind of sounds, those kind of riffs. Okay, so we're just going to throw this down on top of the other sounds and showing you guys how this electronics... Wiki, could just go and hit the record button for that. Okay, so when I say a song, what I mean is we're going to simply take this loop, this bunch of musical instruments here, and we're going to copy them across. Now, you know, if we were to make a proper serious song, we probably would spend a little bit more time doing this, but for the sake of today and for the sake of showing you guys how quickly and easily this stuff is made, we're just gonna stick it as so. Okay, cool. So now what we're going to do is, just so you guys can hear what's going on as individual parts, I'm just going to play the bass and the drums together. Yeah, so now if we add the synths on top, this is what we get. Okay, cool. So now with this structure here, what we're going to do is quickly just make a tune out of it, I guess. So first things first, we know that this second synth that we added is, I'm going to use it as a chorus indicator. So what that means is, like, we're only really going to hear it coming for the chorus, and it should basically give the track a bit of a boost, just to kind of tell people when the chorus is coming every time, basically. So we're also going to mute the bass for the intro, because there's no bass in any intros. Is there? Ever? No, of course not. And we're going to mute the drums to start off with. Now, where people put the drums is really down to personal flavour, but for the sake of today, we're going to put them, we're going to drop them in a little bit later. So what's going to happen is, we're going to have the intro, which is just going to be the synth. Then we're going to bring the bass in after 2 loops of the synth, let the bass range through for maybe twice, and then the drums will drop in, and then we'll add the chorus at the end. Okay, so that being done, this is what it's going to sound like. Just on a side note again, what I've done for these ones here which have grey over them is I've just pressed the mute button. Alright, you can see I'm triggering that on and off there. So the sounds which are grey are muted, the ones which aren't obviously aren't muted. It's pretty straightforward. So this is what our song sounds like. Bring the bass in a bit earlier, I reckon. I'm bored already. Here we go. So I'm going to drop the synth out for the first verse and then bring it back in for the second half of the first verse. Bring it back. And then the chorus comes in. Blue.
So yeah, as far as final thoughts go, I'd say that yeah, it's just, you know, making this kind of music is really straightforward. And be under no illusions, when they take your money, they are taking the mick as well. Now, that's not to say that, you know, great things can't happen from this kind of music, but I just really want to expose really how it's made and how simply it's put together in no time whatsoever. So yeah, I hope this has been insightful. Hope you guys have enjoyed yourselves. I'm Jay Picasso. God bless you all. Have a great day. And obviously stay tuned for the next video in which we'll probably cover some else. All right.